welcome to PCC Student Connect with Hailey. As you can see, some things are looking a little different. I wanted to let you know that starting this week, we are changing some of our videos. With that being said, let's dive right into this week's Monday Minutes. Can you think of a thoughtful or considerate gift that someone gave you? I know for me, it's this bag right here. Super bright, super colorful, and it has a fun little H on it. Gina actually made me this bag, hand sewn. Oh, I love this gift so much. I know that she spent a great deal of time, energy, and love and materials to make this gift for me. We may not realize it, but gifts are more than just the items that we receive from someone. Time, love, energy, those can be gifts for people too. And they can make an incredible impact. We actually see this with Jesus in his encounter with Zacchaeus. Now maybe you heard of Zacchaeus or that song, Zacchaeus was a wee little man and a wee little man was he. That song's been stuck in my head all day long. Now Zacchaeus was a wee little man, but there's actually a lot more to him. He was a wee little man with big bucks. He was this big time chief tax collector, but he was also considered an outcast. He was a Jewish man taking huge tax collections from the Jewish people, and they hated that because he was working for the Roman government. And on top of that, he would take some of that money for his own gain. Zacchaeus was considered really greedy and selfish and unliked. But when Jesus meets him and pours his time, energy, and love on him, things completely change. In Luke 19, 1-10, this is what happens. Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was wealthy. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but because he was short, he could not see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore fig tree to see him, since Jesus was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this and began to mutter, "Has he gone to be the guest of a sinner?" But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I gave half my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." Jesus decided to have a meal with him. Now, back in that day, having a meal with someone was a really big deal. You really only ate with your closest friends or family or really important people. It was actually against Jewish religious laws to eat with people who were considered outcasts or big-time sinners. Jesus decided to take a chance on Zacchaeus, calling him out by name and saying, "Hey, I want to have a meal with you." Jesus came to save the sinner. Now, we can't give anyone salvation. That's not in our power. But we can do what Jesus did and give our time, energy, and love to pour onto someone who needs it, someone who is considered an outcast, someone who is maybe not your friend or really bothers you or gets on your nerves. They need Jesus' love just as much as Zacchaeus, just as much as we need it. I want you to think about what are some roadblocks that prevent you from giving your time, energy, or love on someone. Who is someone this week that might be considered an outcast, someone that's hard for you to love, that you can give a little bit of this gift to? Time, energy, or love. Because even the smallest bit of that gift can make a big difference. I hope you enjoyed our Monday Minutes. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Bye.